Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Plus, we did the speed challenge on the last episode. It made me want to die and then fulfilled my wish. We're gonna do Blue Bomber instead, which is bomb synergies plus Bomber Boy. No Bomber Boy. It's Blue Baby and a bunch of bomb synergies. Oh, and we can't shoot. But we're not hurt by our own bombs because of Pyromaniac. That's right. Okay, well this one only, well actually it goes quite far. It goes, we don't need that. It goes all the way to Sheol. I was gonna say the Cathedral. That would have been incorrect. I'm not sure if our damage stat matters, like, actually at all here. We probably are, like, very set for life on this one. I guess the idea is they give you Brother Bobby because some enemies will be, like, away from you. They'll be, like, behind a gap or something like that, so it does make sense to give you some ranged means to hit enemies, but for now, this is a lot of damage. I imagine we will hate ourselves on rooms where we have to hit something that's far away, but we could also just maybe bomb our way out of most of those rooms to begin with, so... Now, this is what I'm talking about. Maybe a little bit easy in the whole scheme of things, but... the speed challenge is like a cosmic torture from another realm. So, this one being a little bit fun, I don't think it's a sin. I don't know why it feels like when you say that, you gotta put like baby on the end of it. I don't feel like it's a sin, baby. I'm trying to trick the game into... well, I don't even want to know where the connotations of that one were going. Let's do this. We got 39 cents. We're gonna have 44 cents in a mere... in our head, we did have 44 cents, but what's in your head? In your head, zombie, blue bomber, blue baby, A. I'm not gonna continue. I thought about it, but it seems like a poor idea. I don't even think we can use the potato peeler, but I'll buy it to see if we can. We cannot. We'd have to respawn as somebody else to get value out of that. Little stinky, but... I'll survive. I think our next play, and honestly, like, this should be a pretty easy win considering the circumstances. By the way, we will learn to probably hate the fact that we can't shoot. Like, in the early game, it seems awesome. You're like, oh, why would I ever need to shoot? I got bombs. Nah. The truth is, usually, you'll reach a point in the game in which your shots would do more damage than your bombs. Probably are not quite there yet, given the items that we've gotten, but... by the time we get up to the Cathedral, we might be feeling a little bit differently. Magic Mush, potentially lovely. I appreciate the other stats at least, and you know what? I appreciate getting the familiar here as well. What we are probably going to do is use our Hermit card to avoid boss rush. Get an item, I'm going to use it right now actually to save us some HP, and hope we get another teleport card later. But if we could find a way out of boss rush, I would also be for that. I don't think becoming Guppy matters at all. So I'm gonna go with Black Powder, which just gives us one other, like, alternative means with which to deal damage. And if it works, lovely. If we never use it, less lovely, but not necessarily a bad thing. I didn't realize you were on my side. To be honest with you, we might be done with this floor in like 2 minutes. I'm fine with the 7 seals, little harbingers. I think that, well, not the greatest item in the game. Any other means of doing damage to an enemy is probably something we're interested in right now. That doesn't really help, and we'll move on. 3 minutes in, we're 3 floors deep. Probably slow it down a little bit. We're going a little too fast. I'm a little... if I'm being honest with you, I'm a little bummed out because, the truth of the matter is, the run that we have right now, mind you, we would never have this early on a different challenge, but this run right here is so well suited to being a decent crack at winning the speed challenge that you'll forgive me, I think, after the last episode for being a little upset, but of course, unlimited bombs that don't hurt us is a huge advantage in any situation, but like for even the bomb items accepted from our present situation, this is like a good setup that we would certainly like have at least an okay chance of succeeding on. So I'm only mildly bummed, but I would be lying if I said I weren't at least mildly bummed. Bombs are key is You might think I'm happy with it, but I actually would prefer to have more bombs. And the main reason there is, I think with Mr. Mega, we might want other bombs. Like, I'm not sure if we get the value out of Mr. Mega with our kamikaze bombs. We probably do now that I think about it a little bit more closely, but we might not. What? Okay, I'm dumb. I thought I could pseudo hurt myself and then walk across, but of course if we don't take damage, we're not actually being hurt. It's not quite an IV bag situation. So that was a bit of a whiff. But we made up for it here. Onsus, 2 of hearts. 2 of hearts is sadly meaningless. Onsus is worth quite a lot. Head of Krampus I thought about taking, but it eliminates like our best way of dealing damage, so I will probably instead just not do this. Similarly, we can't cheat the system by using bombs like IV Bag to try to get into the curse room without taking damage. That's only going to lead to despair. And not despair. It's not a joke about these nuts is what I'm trying to convey here. 2 keys. 2 room. I think we should reroll both. We're looking for spirit hearts like almost exclusively. We don't need keys, we don't need money. We need spirit hearts for survival purposes. Oh, you moron! This is fine, this is fine. Just keep yourself, you know, blow up the extraneous kind of elements here. Another teleport card is very nice, just have a little bit more patience with this one. And then don't be afraid to buy spirit hearts from shops. We can still go to a curse room and save ourselves some strife, but I don't think that's the right play right now. We're gonna save the Hermit card, so I don't feel bad about using the World card. Several batteries, like a lot of batteries. If only we'd gotten a library instead of a 2-room, would have been a positive change. But the thing about having unlimited bombs is that we really should be able to create spirit hearts all the time. Not all the time, but like if we ever come across a tinted rock, we can blow it up. We can blow up every skull. We can blow up mushrooms, but we probably shouldn't because they have poisoned us in the past here. Ace of clubs. Empress. Neither really too valuable. With a luck stat of 0, I don't have high hopes here, but those hopes have already been exceeded, if I'm being honest with you. Stars card is a strictly worse version of the Hermit on this run, and honestly, I respect that. You gave me what I wanted, and then we got out. Buy another Spirit Heart, and we will buy Mom's Key, and honestly, Buddy in a Box is pretty okay, but I'm not gonna worry too much about it. I'm not gonna lose any sleep over not picking up Buddy in a Box on this one. We tried to make Buddy in a Box work on the speed challenge. It almost... What is this room? Oh my lord, I think this is new. It's a tough spike room, at least on first glance. We almost made it happen, I thought, the Buddy in a Box speed combo. So we've got creepy bombs now. Might as well throw those down. And we've got enough speed, especially with the tractor beam here, to have a chance to at least make the occasional black powder work. And the Harbingers are actually crushing it right now. Shouldn't have walked over the creep. That was fine. We got to deal with the devil we probably did not deserve. Well, I will do this. I don't think any stat increase could conceivably be worth giving up that much of our relative amount of HP. But things are looking strong, let's be honest. We're on Necropolis 2, 8 minutes into a run. Unless our HP gives out, like, we're relatively set here. Rooms like this can be a problem. .2 speed, not really enough to just say, like, black powder is 10 out of 10 here. Get a Spirit Heart nonetheless. So what's the... In my dream world, what's the payout here? Well, we go to Boss Rush. Boss Rush gives us Dark Bum, and then we just teleport away. You can start to see a little bit of the unhappiness or discontentedness creeping in here. Like, not every enemy is dying in one hit. And when we're talking about bombs, that makes me a very sad boy. Give me some... Oh, give me some teleports. so we can expedite the discontentedness. Give me some spirit hearts. Well, I guess we're gonna teleport into the shop regardless anyway. This room could be big. In pretty much any sense of the word, if we're not careful. 2 of hearts. It's just so satisfying when you blow up a skull and it doesn't turn into, or so you blow up one of the skulls on the ground and it doesn't turn into a turret. It's like the world's your oyster. I'm waiting for the other foot to drop. Other shoe to drop? I don't know the expression. I sort of don't understand it. What is, like, someone just went up for a sweet jump ball and then you're waiting for their other sneaker to hit the ground to know you're safe? No, I'm waiting for the challenge to screw me. Because I'm coming fresh off the speed challenge. We're not going to open that yet. We don't have the money to buy much anyway, but... You know, it's like if your midterm was really hard and then the final exam seems too easy. Something just isn't quite right. Like, I find myself unsettled right now. I'm waiting for my man. $26 in my hands. Which in 1964 was actually like a lot. But anyway. 1967, doesn't matter. Grab this. Invincibility is important. Normally, you'd probably be a Cricket's head boy here. Cricket's body, I mean. This isn't a normal situation, but we're gonna go for it anyway because the rest of the items suck. We don't want the clicker, even though it could transform us into not blue baby. That's not worth that much right now. We don't want Mom's Bra, because it's gonna replace Kamikaze. Backstab just sucks, especially if we can't shoot. We might as well go for something that, you know, lowers our tier cap, even if it's not gonna be that useful for us to lower our tier cap. And then we're just gonna stack these up. Let's try this. That was well worth it. Grab this and get the heck out of here. Sure, I'll tell you what, maybe, like, there's a case to be made for Kamikaze. Kamikaze car battery, I mean, but I think we're good. I think we got very little to complain about right now. Again, our tiers upgrade doesn't really affect things too much in the positive direction for us, but all the other items were just kind of maybe quite literally useless. So now, like, dude, I've got to be honest with you. I'm like an old dog in these Isaac episodes. You pretty much could not pay me enough to do these rooms. There's just no point. Save your frustration for the speed challenge. Put your sorries in a sack. We'll get through Blue Bomber easily. We'll get challenge 3 up and running over the course of this episode. And we got a lot less to worry about in that regard. Like, why would I waste my time fighting all these enemies that, you know, they have the audacity to try to dodge a god like me? Instead, as long as we're paying attention, we can finish this off pretty quickly. No tinted rocks. And, you know, the challenges are all about using the advantages that have been given to you. This is an advantage that's been given to us. Roll with it, enjoy it, because you may never see it again. I can't believe. Meanwhile, of course, I was actually fighting that enemy for no reason. Just work your way over to the exit. Thank you. Probably could have killed him in like 2 hits, but so be it. And we've done it. We got Mom's Heart. I'm not gonna fight Hush, because that sounds like probably we will die and I will hate myself for needlessly creating that situation. Was it Pestilence creating the creep, or is it like when I use Kamikaze, it somehow creates creep as well? I don't think that's the case. I'm very glad I have the Harbingers right now. Doing a great job of not forcing me to get right next to the boss. And our deal with the devil is going to have to be pretty special. With a luck stat of 0, you can't convince me to roll Gimpy here. Instead... Oh, right, it's not the Cathedral, it's Sheol. I even said Sheol like 10 times. Okay, let's start by going up. Against basic enemies, we might as well clear the room. Like, these guys are pretty easy. That might be like the only enemy in the game that's easier to kill by getting right up in their face with the bomb. Well, that's just clearly false. But on the other hand, what I was trying to suggest was like, oh, okay, don't throw it. Don't throw it. All I'm trying to suggest is that sometimes you fight those guys and they are real jerks because they just move away from your shots. There's a genuine chance we'll die here, but we're going to try to avoid it, as you might expect. And the easiest way to avoid it is straight up, if you think you're going to get hit. No, that won't work. I don't know why. I always think, like, I've got the perfect play. If I'm about to take damage, I'll just use kamikaze. It does not work like that. Our damage stat is pretty great. So the flies from, like, from Conquest here are excellent. We're about to win. Alright, I mean, that was pretty easy. It took us, like, 15 minutes. I'm glad we're done with it, though, because it was starting to get to the point where I was scared. And golden bombs are well worth the time investment there. Good. Okay, hopefully one where we can have a little bit more of a commentary focus. Pay to play, I think, is every door costs you a penny. And you get money equals power. So every room we actually get a little weaker on this run. Which is the opposite of how things normally go. We start with, oh, sack of pennies as well. Okay, so we start with sack of pennies and money equals power. Onsus on a later floor strikes me as, like, potentially a 10 out of 10. So we're just going to make sure we're going in the right direction. I don't really want to spend money on the shop. I guess we should check, just for the idea that, oh, I mean, 2 of diamonds. 2 of hearts. A 2 of diamonds would have been, like, an 11 out of 10. But we still got some decent work done here. Going through secret rooms doesn't cost us money, and actually, in this case, gave us quite a lot, so no complaints. I do wonder what happens if you just run out of money. I guess you just sit on a room forever. We're looking for piggy bank. And really anything that gives us money when we get hit eliminates the central concern of this run, and then hopefully also helps us into a situation in which we can continue to keep as much money as possible. Not just to open doors, but so that we can actually, like, keep money equals power functioning. Because starting with 6.4 damage is a really luxurious position to be in. It's like being born to, like, the Vanderbilt family or something. You know, you gotta work pretty hard to get infected by that affluenza to the point where it actually affects you. Pageant Boy seems totally fine here. A luck upgrade would be a little bit more enduring, but still. Little bit of money. That at least pays for us to go to the next floor. Still not the right time for Onsus. Kind of hoping we do come across an arcade with the blood bank. Small rock, please. That's still good, still good. A small rock with a blood bank would be a good opportunity for us to get a speed upgrade, a health upgrade, and keep our money functioning. Converter is not worth it. Is the Spirit Heart worth it? Potentially, but I don't really want to spend if we don't have to. Let's go secret room, hopefully. And no bombs, but enough money. You're not going to explode, right? You kind of look like you're going to explode, but I don't think you're going to explode. And there's no item rooms on this one. Oh, there is hopefully a blood bank. I'm spending a penny to get into an arcade at the best of times, so... No blood bank, huh? I shouldn't complain about getting 3 cents from a room, but that room, it could have been so much more. It could have been like Clay Aiken's lead single, coming hot off of his second place finish on American Idol Season 2. Coming hot off of Clay Aiken's finish as Congressman-elect for the 2nd District of South Carolina. He is a congressman now. Is he a congressman for the 2nd District of South Carolina? I do not know. Who would have thought, you know? I'm gonna go lose American Idol to kickstart my political career. What a world we're living in. I mean, this was a little while ago. I'm dating myself a little bit. I wish. Now, you should be done. You guys can just keep walking into the fire for all I care. And give me a great deal with the devil that gives me an easy win, and I'll pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. I will. Come on. Come on. We gotta deal with the devil. We have to pay to go to it. I'm sorry. I thought this was America. We got the mark, though, which is exquisite. Damage is going up there. Hopefully that'll compensate for any, like, damage downgrades you might get from not getting money in the future. And we'll, move along here. So far. Oh! Dude, it's actually been so long since we had Piercing Shot. Now, we're probably, interested in the future to, use this Onsus rune pretty quickly, because what if we get a better rune for the future? The only thing I will say is that, what's the point of using the Onsus rune right now? These floors are still relatively small. This was the greatest curse room I've ever seen in my adult life. What about that curse room that gave you 3 guppy items, you're gonna ask? No. Curse room who? That was the 10 out of 10 right there. We needed that, and we received it. Luck, 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 no luck, but 59 cents. So I think this challenge run is really... Oh, we got the dream item. Small rock, or lucky rock. This run is about 2 things. One is divorcing yourself from the chance of running out of money so you can't open rooms, and not being as beholden to the amount of money that you do have. I don't think we're going to get it in 2 bombs, but we're definitely going to get it in 2 bombs. The other thing is just making a run that's strong enough to beat the... you know, the length of the run without having to rely on the damage from money equals power. And we've got a pretty good job of both right now. I mean, our trinket means that every bomb we get is going to give us... I mean, even this one, it cost us 5 cents, sure, but if we put it in the right spot, it should give us more than 5 cents back. We could even go back to the room on which we got it, and probably, it'll work out for us here, but I'm going to try to continue to move forwards. So all of this combined means we're in a really, really good spot right now. I would still love to trade away more of our red hearts because I'm sadistic, but I also have, you know, high hopes for our chances here. See, this is a great spot to use our bomb. Put it here. We're going to get like 7 cents. I think we got 8. And then we got the chest, which gave us another one. No bombs back, but again, you know, you're smart people. You can look at that trade and realize that that turned out to be good. Mind you, I'm kind of asking you to pat me on the back for buying a single bomb at a shop when we have like the best bomb-related trinkets. So don't fall victim to my game here. It's another good one right here. I'll use a key. It's not like we're using it for anything else. That hurts, but you also gave me 3 cents back. So I lose for that one, but not by as much as you would think. You can't fire me, I quit. Exactly. Always wondered what that is supposed to mean. Like, you can't fire me, I quit. It's obvious. I'm not having a revelation here, but either way, you're gonna lose your job. But is there some kind of, like... I would rather be fired, is what I guess what I'm trying to say. Not because I don't want to be seen as a quitter, but if you're like, hey, I'm firing you, there's always the chance I could spin that into some sort of lawsuit. I live in North America, after all. It comes naturally to me. 50-50. Oh, they still won't let us in. If I quit, I feel like I'm giving up the right to eventually have you give me something to sue you for. If anything, if they go, you're fired, what you should do is, like, trip over a wet floor sign and then, like, dip your hand in a pot of boiling oil or something like that on the way down, and then you'd be like, you can't fire me or I'll sue you for everything you got. That's my secret. Defraud the justice system? Look, I didn't say it in such black and white legal terms. That's you making that assumption. Well, this removes all the temptation to use the Onsus rune on this floor, and the more the merrier. The longer that Onsus rune lasts, probably the better it is for me. Unless we get to the floor we want to use it on, and then it has Curse of the Lost to begin with. Why are we getting money when we get hit? Is that just how this run works? And I haven't paid attention? Because, like, certainly Piggy Bank does that, but we don't have Piggy Bank. There's trinkets that do that, but we didn't swallow, like, Swallowed Penny. That was pretty dumb. Did we? No. I would remember, I think. Something that important happening. Maybe it's just, like, hard-coded into the run as a way to get more money fairly easily. Grab this. Grab this. Grab this. Should go to the second secret room. You never... Oh, this is where we use our bombs. You never know what you're gonna get there. And you'll never shine if you don't glow. Very good. No boss. I think we're probably at the point... Oh, well, we're gonna leave this floor as quickly as we can, but we're probably at the point where we're like, I can actually buy things from the shop. And they don't have to be things that just give me more money. So, if you reach that point on this run, I think you're pretty much good to go. What's the challenge where you actually, like, lose HP every time you go through the door? That's the one that scares me more. Or Babylon, I think, is a big positive, because I am interested in giving up all my red hearts if possible. So I'm going to pop Ansus here. I have a very simple reason for doing so. I think that I might be able to find a chance to teleport out of Boss Rush. So let's use Ansus on a floor where we're not going to waste it. This was not a necessary room. Paid for itself, but no need. 8.62 damage is pretty good. I think if we could just get permanent Whore of Babylon state, we can, like, we're absolved from all of our damage-related, not even, like, concerns, but, like, mild anxieties. I'm gonna check, and I think that that's actually a worthy purchase. But I am a little disappointed. No. Oh, we can hold two. Yes. I think the Sun card is a worthy purchase. It's not what I was looking for. I was hoping to get a way to get out of Boss Rush, but maybe this is, you know, it's got a plan for all of us. Edmund's got a plan for all of us. Trust in the many-sided God. That's right, the D6. We can't get to that. So our bot... I thought we were one floor deeper than we were. Even better. That means we used Ansus at exactly the right time, in spite of having, like, terrible methodology for which we were doing so. Little Gish is, like, inconsequential, but I'll take any 3% chance... 3%? Any 33% chance at a deal with the devil. Give me 9 lives, Guppy's head, Guppy's tail. That's the dream combination. We can take all 3 without dying once. We'll be on all Spirit Hearts, activate Whore of Babylon, and stomp this challenge to make up for the damage psychologically that was done to me via the speed challenge. Okay, no deal with the devil. That's good. That just means we're just going to have twice as good of a deal on this floor. It's science. Don't try to disprove it. Science can never be disproven. That's the spirit of it. Oh, actually, NL, I know, okay? I'll have you know. I possess an undergraduate degree in biology. It qualifies me for many things, including, working as a lab technician or also getting a master's in biology. Which would qualify me to TA your freshman biology 101 class or get a PhD in biology. Which would... Okay, I'm done talking smack about academia. I like academia. It's a fun word to say. So Whore of Babylon is finally active. Dude, IV Bag is actually perfect. It's a great choice for us on this run. Get that damage up there via money equals power. And what are we at right now? 10.25 damage. Could use a rate of fire increase. And also some means to replenish our red hearts on the regular would be good, but I've got the utmost faith in this run right now. Hey, I might even do boss rush for the fun of it. Probably not. But I could see a world in which that wouldn't be too outrageous. So we're in a slightly weird spot in that I always want to keep Whore of Babylon active, but I don't want to be so overly aggressive with yeah, like, for example, that was dumb. I don't want to be so overly aggressive with IV Bag that I put myself in a bad spot for survival's sake, which is actually pretty much where we exist right now. So I think we're just gonna take this opportunity to hopefully stat up a little bit, get some HP back. Steven is a great damage upgrade. It's only 0.68 here for some reason. Maybe because it's a multiplier? Why I call it that. A multiplier. And, oh no. Money equals power is also a multiplier? Why do you say it like that? A multiplier. When you... Hearts! Dude, thank you. When you use it, it's, or every penny you get multiplies a number by 1.04 or something. Wait, no. You've got this completely backwards. Look, just don't try to work your brain too hard right now. Apparently it's broken. We're gonna lose Whore of Babylon, but it's not that much damage. In fact, it was a little silly of me to suggest that that was even relevant, to be honest with you, because we still have, after getting Steven at least, we still have 10 point whatever damage. Basically, we have Whore of Babylon's stats prior to getting Steven, but we have the benefit of having some extra HP along with it, so... We should not find ourselves in too difficult of a spot right now. Does that mean we won't find ourselves in too difficult of a spot? Sadly, no, but... This run is quite good. All we need, really, at this point, is patience and to play pretty well, or at least, like, at average level. But something that would really help me out would be a single tiers upgrade. I mean, would it kill you? You've done great stuff for us in the damage department, and I'll never take that away from you, but I would love to be able to put out the amount of damage that we're putting out, but at a faster pace. I mean, I recognize you can't always get what you want, and, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and, you know, what have you done for me lately, and other such pithy expressions, yet at this same time, I would very much enjoy having the ability to shoot faster than we did 6 floors ago. You know, it's like I've gotten 4 promotions, but I'm still driving a 1998 Toyota Celica. Sure, it's a reliable automobile, but at least let me upgrade to the Corolla. They don't even make the Celica anymore. The other thing is, by using IV Bag, we are getting luck upgrades, so I'm very much for that. Should we activate Whore of Babylon permanently? I'm gonna say yes. What's the reason for that? I'm stupid sometimes, is the reason for that. None of this is really worth it without an ability to get out. So we're gonna bounce. I think we should still be fine. I'm getting weird deja vu for some reason. Like, this run feels very similar to a run that I had in Afterbirth Plus. You're gonna think that I'm mistreating this cat. He's just a meower, okay? He loves to meow. Stay cool here. I can't let him into the room, because here's the cycle of letting this cat into your room. He comes in and he's all cute, and he's like, I'm just gonna sleep here. And then he gets, like, rattled by something, and then he goes and tries to jump behind the computer. No matter how many times I try to classically condition this cat not to jump behind the computer, it's like a perfect Ruka size and a perfect Ruka temperature. So he's like, you don't understand. Why are you trying to keep me from my home? This is where I want to live. And I say, you can't live there. There's electricity there. There's ventilation. You know, you're causing problems. This is my office. He goes, you don't understand. This is my house. I live here. It's not your house. It's not even my house. We pay rent here. It's an investment property for someone I've never met. Okay, I don't care about that part right there. There is a spirit heart in here somewhere. It is locked betwixt a cluster of rocks. We have no bombs. No bombs. Judgment. Judgment Day. That was Garbage Day, but for some reason I made it about Terminator 2, and that's okay. We're getting money back. A judgment card is a great thing if we're not at all worried about our money situation, which I think is a fair description, but it would also give us HP in all likelihood, and we don't really want HP right now because it would ruin Whore of Babylon, and also oh, I hate you. Also permanent Polaroid invincibility, so if I get hit by the spikes again, we're going to be in a tough spot, because I think we'll be at half a heart at that point. But it's... I love the design of Mama Gertie. I think the attacks are kind of nonsense. Because if you can fly, the spikes are meaningless. If you can't fly, it's nearly impossible to dodge them. Dude, thanks for the damage upgrade. I greatly appreciate it. Let's head down to the next floor where we have a little bit more awareness of what our HP looks like, hopefully. There we are at 1.5. I think we go for it. Maybe the HP's important enough to justify it. We're playing it very close with both of these challenges so far. Credit card. Very good on a floor in which we have a 72.5% chance of a deal with the devil. And we will either have that 72% chance or we'll die. So I think we're gonna hope that we have that 72% chance, and I will take that Ruin Whore Babylon and permanent Polaroid invincibility for a chance to have a little bit more survival here. This cat is like throwing himself against the door. I can't let you in right now because you go behind the computer. I understand you like there's a you got a brain the size of like an acorn, and I don't say that to be dismissive, you know. You don't possess the capabilities of concrete reasoning to the same extent as human beings. That being said, if you stop going behind the computer, I can let you into the office. Hell, I'll even let you into the office after this episode, even though I probably shouldn't. And then I'll go, oh, Ruka, don't get behind the computer. You're gonna get behind the computer. I know you. You're my son. You gotta demonstrate your ability to not get behind the computer, and then you know, Bob's your uncle. Okay, use a bomb here. Nothing. Use a bomb here? Something. Not greed. Well, we could use the money. Well, we got another tricky mom's heart fight here. This time we're going to the cathedral afterwards. Let's just hope that there is an afterwards. Almost like, in terms of the conditions for the fight, almost a carbon copy. Like, we have the ability to get hit once, and once alone. We do have a ranged attack this time, which gives us, like, a pretty huge advantage compared to where we were last time. Great shots, by the way. Like, Mom's Heart did some of my work for me there, but I'm still pretty pleased with the way that went down. Little Gish is doing work as well. I haven't really given Little Gish the credit it deserves so far. How we didn't get hit there, trust me. I'm with you. I thought we were dusted. So I think we probably have like about a 60% chance to win. I think we probably have about a 40% chance to win. Regardless. If we get a good deal with the devil, let's crank that up. This is not a good deal with the devil right now, but well, it's not bad. It's not what we're looking for. So we'll do this. We're definitely not gonna fight Hush, I'll tell you that much. And we definitely should have, and oh, it's gone. I was gonna say we definitely should have shot the fires to make spirit hearts, but we didn't. So this is really now a race against time. Not really worth it, probably. Not a game saver. I almost, in my head, I almost wanted to give up there. I was like, oh, this room's too tough. These enemies, they fire too quickly. I'm glad we didn't. I steeled myself. Some mental fortitude. That guy could have hit me easily. We can beat this floor without taking damage. I would prefer to get a spirit heart, but we can beat this floor without taking damage. This is our moment. That's it. That's probably the win right there. Now, I'm not going to say that we deserve a lot of credit for it, because we did kind of put ourselves in this position in the first place. But still, that was a huge moment for us to pull it all together there. We still only have we have 2 hits now that we can well, no, we can literally take 1 hit and live. So we got a long way to go in terms of, like, feeling safe, but... So we were looking for secret rooms that gave us curse room access. We're looking for low percentage spirit hearts, and we got one, which is quite generous, honestly. And then apart from this, we're just staying as far away from enemies as we can and letting flies and also our fairly excellent damage carry us here. And we're hoping to avoid as many BS attacks as is possible whenever applicable, which is not always the easiest thing in the world. But I think we're going to pull it together. Again, not really a tough challenge, but we made it tough by way of our actions. Oh, okay, so we lost one. We can still get hit once without dying. These guys are a little tricky. Well, you made me look like a fool there. Okay, we can't get hit at all, but at least we lived long enough to get to this point. This would be a nice heart. I don't know if that protects us. So phase 1 is what it is. Phase 2 is the one where you want to watch out. If we can get to phase 3, I like our odds. Just remember, there's like a little bit of curve on these. The slow is almost like... It's a double-edged sword. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad right now. The cricket's body shots are the worst ones, though. Ooh. Little touchy. Oh, we are now on half a heart. Thank you, Eternal Heart, for giving us a chance. And thank you, us, for looking for that Eternal Heart. Don't let him spawn any more angel fetuses, dude. No, okay, I almost walked right into it. Wrong corner. Now we might / should be okay. I think it's BS that he gets to attack. That's 1,000,000% because our rate of fire sucks. If our rate of fire is any better, this dude is not going to have any chance to do the second wave of attacks. And the second wave of attacks is the only thing that gives him, like, any chance of hitting me, to be honest with you. Because this pattern is like... We got this sorted 10 out of 10 right now. Okay. Also turned out to be very tricky, but there you go. Thanks for watching. 2 new pills have appeared. We made it work. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.